started, breaking in half, left us broken hearted. So where do we go from here? Take me home, cause I wanna feel like I belong. They relate to all this pain in my past, so they listen to my song. So let's go back to where it began and where it all started from. Take this chance, one last dance, cause I've been waiting way too long. Take my hand, I wanna show you something. Promise I've been dying to see ya. They say the grass ain't always greener. I guess what they're saying is true. In my dreams, that's where I seen her. Take my heart and take all of me, girl. Let me show you what I wanna do. I wanna spend the rest of my life with you. Are you listening, darling? Look where we started, breaking in half, left us broken hearted. So where do we go from here? Are you listening, darling? Look where we started, breaking in half, left us broken hearted. So where do we go from here? Where do we go from here? Yeah, where do we go from here? Are you listening, darling? Are you listening, darling? Are you listening, darling? Look where we started, breaking in half, left us broken hearted. So where do we go from here?
Hello and welcome back, everybody, to another live stream. Of course, my name is AJ, one of the mentors here at BitTrading. And today, of course, as always, we will run through the Bitcoin technical analysis. We will take a look at what is going on. And today I will try and keep it a little bit shorter as well. I think like Friday. Because I do understand not really much has changed. We can, of course, discuss what is going on, what has happened, right? We will, of course, keep updated with what's going on in the markets. I'll keep you updated. I'll talk you through, what I'm kind of waiting for, right? Waiting patiently for. And I guess that's everything, right? And of course, looking for those next trades, right? That's the kind of the most important thing, because at this moment in time, I myself and I'm not even in a trade myself. Of course, I am looking for a trade. Doesn't mean that I'm putting my hair out trying to get into a trade as soon as possible. Absolutely not. I'm remaining calm. I'm remaining patient. I'm waiting for the, in my eyes, best possible trade setup. I'm not just going to get into the trade for the sake of it. So, of course, we will run through those, of course, important levels that I am interested in and, waiting patiently for. So, if that does sound interesting, please do smash that thumbs up button. Really helps me out, helps the channel out, and I can continue to bring this content to you, of course. And, if you haven't subscribed already, please do subscribe. Like I said in the previous live streams, I will do a $500 giveaway at 500 subscribers. So, once we get there, I will do that giveaway. To be entered, you will have to be subscribed, of course. So, let's get past all of that. And, let's jump straight on into the analysis and take a look at what is going on. Before we cover Bitcoin, just want to take a quick look at the stock market. The S&P, right? Just have a little look at where we are on here, okay? We're still very, very close to the all-time high. Okay, we're still very, very close. Price is still holding up here. Okay, so initially, right, for me, this is bullish for Bitcoin, right? This is, of course, looking to feed into Bitcoin. So I'm in terms of, looking for higher prices on Bitcoin. Okay, this is what we want to see. This is really, really good. We know, we know that the stock market and we know that Bitcoin is very correlated, okay, at this moment in time. Of course, there are periods, right, where they're not as such correlated, okay, but till this, till something changes, right, okay, whatever that may be, we are going to be pretty correlated to, of course, the stock market. So it's something to be aware of. And of course, the stock market being extremely strong right now is, of course, a very, very good thing for Bitcoin. And Bitcoin is doing the exact same thing, right, where we've had this big pump. We've had a bit of a pullback, but we're actually holding this high, right? We're holding this high that we're making up here, and all that is really is a sign of strength. Okay, again, I'm a trader. I'm not really, I don't really care where price goes, but for those people who do, okay, care where price is and where price is going, okay, this is a really good thing. This is a really bullish thing. This is initially what we want to see, right? And we want to see this continue. And we are, of course, getting very, very close to that 70k psychological level, right? Which, if you are a regular watcher, you will know, of course, that this is, an important level for me, right? This is a very, very important level for me. And of course, we will talk about that. I will just pull up the chat quick. I can see some comments have come in quickly. So Mo, good to see you back, my friend. Hope you're doing well. I'm good. Good to know you're doing well, Mo. I'm doing well, thank you. Still in the short. Bought again at 68,500, buying again at 69,800, short now with 10 BTC. Okay, so still short. Okay, you are still short, and I mean, yeah, your other short trade was quite amazing, to be honest with you. I think you said you got in at 69,500, so you literally caught the top there. Hopefully you took some profits on that, but yeah, that's a really, really nice trade from yourself. Buying again at 69,800. Yeah, so I mean, of course, you've got your own plan, and it's nice to see that you have your plan. And I mean, the short from here, okay, it was a good idea. We did see a nice rejection off of that. Of course, we did have that naked point of control there at 69,500. Which we rejected off perfectly. It wasn't a level of interest of mine. The confluence in my eyes just wasn't really there. But yeah, I mean, like I said, like all these naked points of control, they're in very important levels, and they are very, very tradable. Every single one is a very tradable level. Of course, if you see the things that you want to see at that level. Again, like 69,500, I just didn't really see what I wanted to see. And in itself, it wasn't a huge level for me. So, yeah, for me that wasn't in my plan. But it's really nice to see that you've got your own plan there. And of course, the short from there. Okay, maybe it wasn't a big pullback, but it worked, right? Damien, good to see you back, my friend, as well. Doge trade up 37%. Still have higher targets. Yeah, so Damien put in the Discord. Here. So this was all the way back. This was an amazing call from Damien here. So this was Friday, the 11th of October. Okay, you can see this kind of like 3 drives pattern that we've got here. And of course, we've got this TP1 that he's looking at 0.13, and then TP2 at 0.166, and then a TP3 at 0.2. And as you can see, we have seen a really, really nice rise coming up to that TP1 that he had at 0.13. There is a huge incentive for this to continue to rise. Of course, if Bitcoin is going to continue to rise as well. So that will, of course, would be really, really nice to see, of course, for your trade there, Damien, if we were to see Bitcoin continue higher, because of course, that is only going to drag Doge up as well. Might stop it at entry and still take 8% profit. Nothing to lose. Just pure greed. Yeah, I mean, moving your stop to your entry, in my opinion, is one of the best things that you can apply into your trading style, or just into your trades in general. Like I do that a lot, where I just move my stop loss to entry. And it just cements that profit, right? And it enables you to profit from that trade, rather than price possibly coming back down and then stopping you out. And then of course, right, maybe you've taken a TP1, and okay, maybe you only make a slight profit, okay, rather than the really nice profit that you've taken off of that TP1. Or it could take a turn for the worst, and you haven't taken enough profit, okay, or you haven't taken profit at the right point, okay, to align, of course, that risk management and the risk to reward aspect of things. And, it can turn quite messy, right? But yeah, really, really good skill is moving your stop loss to entry. I absolutely love doing it. It fills you up with a lot of confidence. That's what it does for me. Okay, in every trade that I take, if I take a TP1 and I move my stop loss to entry there, or I wait for a TP2 and then move my stop loss to entry there, whatever it may be, it just fills you up with so much confidence because you know that you've already made a profit. Okay, and you know that you can only make more profit. That's it. Okay, yeah, okay. The trade can come down to your stop loss at your entry, and that trade is over. It's closed, right? But you haven't lost anything, right? Okay, maybe you've lost a bit of profit, right? But from what you've realized, you haven't lost anything. Okay, and like I said, all you can actually do is either lose profit, which is no biggie in my opinion. Okay, or you can continue to profit. So it's an absolutely amazing tool. That's just 37% on the price of Doge image with 5 or 10x isolated leverage. Yeah, so you actually put in here. So yeah, it went up 36% here, 37%. And yeah, I mean, whack a bit of leverage on there, and it's a huge percentage, right? Of course, I don't endorse leverage trading. I do it myself, but again, it's like risk management. You need to have your risk management in check. You can trust me because I learned the hard way, right? I learned the hard way where I over leveraged, over positioned myself, and lost everything. So I've been through that, but I now have, of course, that risk management, that risk to reward, everything in check. Okay, so for me, actually, leverage trading is less risky than just a spot buy. Okay, and the reason I say that is because I have a lot less money on an exchange, and this is why I think a lot of people view leverage as something that they shouldn't, right? People view leverage to, of course, like increase the amount of capital they have, and of course, at the end of the day, try and make more money. Whereas I think you have to view it as more of a safety tool and a safety net rather than a way to get rich quick, right? It's, again, I've used the example a lot in the past where instead of having $10,000 on an exchange, you can have $1,000 on an exchange and use leverage, and it can equal to, depending on the leverage, of course, you put on it, it can equal the amount of $10,000. Okay, and then let's say FTX happens again, exchange goes down, you're only losing $1,000, right, rather than that $10,000. Okay, so in the grand scheme of things, of course, you have to weigh everything out. You have to make sure that the risk to reward that you are taking on each of those trades is going to be the same as what you would be taking with, of course, a $10,000 account. Okay, so of course you have to figure all that out, right? But in the grand scheme of things, it's just kind of a safety net because you're basically just reducing the amount of initially reducing the amount of money you can lose if the worst was to happen. Order book futures and spot is around 1,200 Bitcoin waiting to be sold. That is interesting. Let me know where you've seen that, Mo. I feel like you spoke about something in the past, some website in the past, I forgot what it was called now. Maybe you've seen it on there. I know there are some good websites out there that do give information away like that. 1,200 Bitcoin waiting to be sold. Yeah, that's interesting to hear, to be honest with you. Dogecoin gone mad. Dogecoin gone mad. I've never heard of Dogecoin, to be honest with you. I don't know if that's Dogecoin or if that is that another coin. Yeah, my confidence is pretty good the last 2 months. Just 100% right. Yeah, I mean, moving your stop loss to entry, it's like it just fills you up with so much confidence because you've got nothing to lose, right? So once you're in that trade, in my eyes, it just fills me with confidence. Sometimes you do need that bit of a confidence booster to get through that emotional aspects of trading, and that's a huge part of it, right? Confidence is having confidence is going to get you is a part of getting you through that emotional stage. That's my last best record in a while in 2 months being right. Yeah, I mean your calls have been pretty spot on, to be honest, and I'll have to give you that one, Damien. Yeah, I can I can proudly say that your calls have been pretty spot on in what you've been putting in the Bitcoin TA and even the altcoin TA as well. So yeah, I mean, really good to see. Really good to see that as well. The last wrong trade was when I put an order on BTC 5th of August and got stopped out. Yeah, so that's quite a while ago now. It seems like all of these months just like blend into one. It's crazy how time has just flown these past few months. 70k. Okay, 70k. Yeah. So I mean that's a really interesting thing that you've said there. To be honest with you, because 70k. What is that? Right. That's a huge psychological level. That's just a huge psychological level, which there's probably going to be a lot of people. I do not blame them. A lot of people who are probably going to have sell orders up there. It's just a huge psychological level, right? It's we know that these big like 60k. Okay, you can very clearly see here, right? Look at this 60k psychological level, right? You can see, we've used it as support twice here before this big move up. Psychological levels, right, are a huge part of trading as well, right? So 70k is a huge psychological level. People are going to view this as resistance, and people are probably going to have a lot of sell orders. Yeah, yeah, it's of course you're of course looking at the proof there as well. Okay, which is nice to see. But yeah, 70k is a psychological level of resistance. Okay, but what you're also going to see is, again, because it's a psychological level of resistance, it's if we get above that, there's a high chance that we're going to see a lot of retail traders actually longing and buying that breakout. And that's that's what if we were to see that and we see price reverse in the opposite direction, i.e. pulls back, of course that's what I'm going to be looking to take advantage of with the short trade, right? But yeah, it's it'll be interesting to see, of course, what happens if we get there, if and when. I think there's pretty high chance that that we could see 70k here. I think even if we do, let's say we pull back from where we are now, we get a bit of a pullback. I still think there's a pretty high chance that we come up to 70k because of how bullish this structure is looking, in all honesty. So yeah, and I mean, this is what I think I put it in the. What did I speak about it in the? Maybe I spoke about it in the daily market update, one of the daily market updates last week. But we saw a lot of shorts. Yeah, it would have been in the daily market update that we spoke about, but we saw a lot of shorts opening up as well here. Okay, so we saw 6.3, 29 million here, and 18 million. So we saw a lot of shorts opening up here, and we probably saw a bit over. Yeah, so we got a lot of shorts opening up on the weekend as well. So we had 24 million here. Okay, we had 43 million here. So we've had a lot of shorts open up. Okay, and price is rising. So now I look at this and I think, right, there's actually a reason for price to rise here. And then, of course, it goes back to, kind of what I was speaking about last week as well, where we've actually got a whole load of long trades that have opened up and a whole load of long trades that are still opening up here as well. So there is also a reason for price to pull back. And of course, this is why I told the team before I went live as well. I'm just waiting patiently for the key levels, not interested in any other levels, because I can't grasp any information from here, right? There's nothing that I can get from this here that is going to give me probabilities on where price is going to go, right? It's a little bit 50-50 where price can go, right? Okay, maybe you can have a favored direction, right? But in my opinion, where we are now, there's no real judgment of where price is going to go. So I'm just not interested in where price goes. I'm just not interested in looking for a trade here. Okay, it's I just can't get anything from it. So, this again, order flow. It's not perfect. It can give you very, very good probabilities on trades and very, very good setups, but at the same time, right, it can give you nothing like this here, right, where it's just giving us a little bit of nothing. We can see shorts are opening up, we can see longs are opening up. Okay, you can also, without even looking at the order flow, you can just visually see that there is indecision in the market because we are consolidating, right? And that's all we're seeing in the order flow. We're just seeing indecision, right? No one's really grasping control. No one's really, trying to push price in a certain direction. Okay, they're both kind of like half-assing it, right? And when it's like this, when the order flows like this, when price is like this, it doesn't offer the best trading opportunities. So what's the point of taking trades here? So yeah, it's patience for me. It's just patience. Jamie, good to see you back, my friend. Good to see. This year is gone. I think this year for me has gone the quickest. I just do not know where it's gone at all. Dogecoin, just referring to Doggy. The order book has loads of spoofing. Best way to tell is EXO, who is long and who is short. The live data order books is good for day trades and intraday. Yeah, to be honest, like I haven't really. I've looked at the order books, but I've never really gone into it and actually used it to try and trade. To be honest with you, and the only reason why, okay, I know it gives you. I do think it gives you good information, but it's just kind of like the people that I see using it and using it online. It's like, I just don't like their style of trading. So I've never looked at it because I just feel like it wouldn't align with what I like to look at. But I know, like, I know it can give you valuable information. I've looked at it and I have a brief understanding of, what it gives you. But yeah, for me, it would be more looking at, to be honest with you, longer term trades. It's like, I forgot the website now, but there's a website and it was amazing. It gives you so much information on what's going on. And it's even like, right, yeah, let's look at this actually, because this is, I've not spoken about this in a very, very long time. So it was Wooble. To be honest with you, I think they have a new. I think they have a new website. Yeah, they've got a new website. Like this, this gives you so much informative information, stuff like this. And of course, this isn't the order books, right? But this is just something that I do like to look at. And it just goes into real detail with all sorts of data. Okay. And yeah, it's really valuable, but it doesn't, like, I don't look at it that often because, I look at this and I think, okay, this is actually really, really good for like long-term investors. Okay. So if you're looking to trade for the long term, okay, and you're looking at, okay, you're entering into a trade that you're expected to be in for a year or 2 years, right? More of an investment, right? then stuff like this is absolutely amazing. Wooblecharts.com. If you haven't looked at it, go over it. It's absolutely amazing. And it gives you really, really good information and really good, not perfect analysis, right? But it gives you pretty accurate analysis of, possible tops and potential bottoms as well. So, it's really, really good. But yeah, it's just not something that I use on a day-to-day basis. We need like 200 million longs at 70k. Then it's GG. Bitcoin will crash. Yeah, I mean, it's it's of course, if we get 200 million, it's not certain, right? We could continue higher. We could continue to see longs coming in. But yeah, I mean, if we saw 200 million longs opening up here and price started to form like a failed auction or a swing value pattern, then yeah, I would be looking for a big crash there. If we imagine you saw 200 million longs trapped, that could be extremely messy. That could. As soon as retail come in and see 200, 300 million, and then price corrects for failed auction, then we will see a crash at 70k. Yeah, that's a huge possibility. The only thing I think about that is okay, right, let's say we saw 200, 300 million longs coming in, okay? To be honest with you, that would push the market up pretty high. And the reason I say that is because we don't have any form of absorption. We've got no. I mean, do you know what? No, we don't. I was thinking, because of course you can't see further back, but we don't, because I know that this is just delta's building negative over time. So yeah, it's just the only thing I think about is, okay, yeah, if we were to see like 200-300 million longs coming in, I think we could push the market pretty high. But yeah, I mean, maybe to 71, maybe a bit higher. I don't know. We can never really I can never really look at this and tell you where price is going to go. But yeah, I just know that level is a level of interest, 70k, and then of course we've got those naked points of control above us as well. So let's just see what happens there. Do you see the link? Where did you put the link? Did you put the link in the chat? I do not see a link, to be honest with you. No, I don't see a link there, Mo. Yeah, to be fair, I can get. Let's just have a look at. Just make sure I'm up to date on this. So we do have a new one here at 67320. I didn't have the opportunity to do this morning because I was driving, but 67320. Let's get rid of the tapped ones now. We don't necessarily need them. So of course we've still got this one just below us, 62280, and then of course we have tapped this one here. That was short-lived. So let's see where the monthly is at. So we do have that monthly at 57,850 still. There it is. Monthly point of control is currently sat at 67,300. So a little bit below where we are. Well, at that weekly naked point of control. Not really a level of interest for me, this 67,320. I'd be more interested in 62,280, to be honest with you. Oh, CoinGlass. Yeah, CoinGlass is one that I used to look at a while back. BTC order book. Let's pull up here. Actually, BTC book CoinGlass. Yeah, I'm trying to familiarize myself with this. Okay, so this combines Binance, Bybit, OKX, and what's that other one? Yeah, CoinGlass. I haven't used, to be honest with you, I haven't used CoinGlass in about 2 years, in all honesty with you. But yeah, let's see where we are. So 70K. $3,540 BTC. I'm guessing that's to be sold. That doesn't even go up to 70K. Yeah, I'll have to try and familiarize myself with this. But yeah, again, it's just not really something that I use. I pay USDT. Oh, sorry, I didn't put it on 100 there, did I? It still doesn't. There was another one as well. I forgot what it was. Like I said, I haven't looked at any of these things in like 2 years, to be honest with you. The only thing that I've looked at in 2 years has been the order flow. That's all I've looked at. That's all I've needed to look at to be perfectly honest with you. Switch to 100. So yeah, I think I did switch. Yeah. Is that where you looking for me to switch it? Has that worked? Okay, there we go. Why did that? It wasn't doing it before for me for some reason. Yeah, there we go. Okay. Guessing Binance takes right now just on Bybit 745 bitcoins to be sold. Yeah, I mean, it's that psychological level, right? It's and a lot of people have probably made some good money on these rises up, because we know that a lot of long trades have opened up. Okay, yes, here we did see a lot of those long trades get wrecked. Okay, here we saw a few of them get wrecked as well. But you still got all of these longs from down here. All of these longs, of course, this isn't talking about these orders here, but I'm talking about in terms of long trades, of course. There are still people who have made a lot of money here, and it goes for people who have just spot bought as well, right? Where there's probably a lot of people who have spot bought down here, and they've made some good money on the way up. And there's, of course, not all retail traders are as dumb as each other. Some of them do take profits off of the table. A lot of them do. So profit taking at 70k, of course, is kind of to be expected. And of course, that's of course what is that? That's just selling into the market, right? So it's a little bit more of an incentive for price to pull back there as well. It's not what I look at, but I guess it's something that you can be aware of. But 70k, again, looking towards it, I'm looking for longs to continue open up. I'm looking for price to find some resistance here and begin to pull back. If we do see that, I'm happy to look for a short trade here. I can put my stop above the high. I can look for a bit of a pullback. And, like I've been saying last week, right, it doesn't make me bearish that I'm looking for a short trade. Absolutely not. I think we're looking very strong. We're looking very bullish here. Okay. Getting above 70k would strengthen that thesis, because again, we're breaking this bearish structure that we're in. But it will be more of a pullback to just a higher low. Okay, and you could argue, right, we could come somewhere down here, more towards this naked point of control here. Okay, or maybe you could class this as a higher low here. Maybe we pull back and we continue to hold that from there, and we continue higher, so we get a bit of a smaller pullback. Maybe we can now look at this naked point of control, thinking about it as 67,320. I think, okay, maybe that's a level of importance. Maybe we could get some absorption into that. If we're looking at price rejecting somewhere up here, we could possibly pull a GP 786. We've got some confluence there. So for me, it would be kind of looking at, okay, what's happening actually at that level? Are we getting absorption? Okay, are we possibly trapping some traders? What's going on there? Still, the bigger level of interest for a long trade is this level here, of course. We've got the GP, we've got the 786 there as well. And it would be looking for absorption. Okay, exactly like I said here. It's looking what is happening at the level, right? Are we seeing these shorts or these sells, shorts and sells getting absorbed? Okay, price holding that bullish structure for then, the shorts, the sells to get exhausted, and then price reverses in the opposite direction to possibly go up to make a new high. Okay, or do we not see any absorption whatsoever? Okay, we see price lose this and we continue lower. Whatever it may be. Okay, I don't care. I'm just looking for what I want to see at either one of these levels. Okay, again, we look towards like 70 to 71k. I'm looking for trap traders really. And then coming down to like 62,000, I'm looking for absorption. I'm looking for these sells into the market to be bought up initially by these bigger players, these institutions, whales, whatever you want to call them, right? In my opinion, those are the two highest probability, potential, trades, two highest probability potential trades, right? Because of course, like I said, we may get to the levels, we may not look bearish here, we might actually look bullish and we can look for higher prices, and vice versa, right? We may not look bearish here, bullish here, we may look bearish and we may continue lower. It's a possibility. It's all about judging what price is looking like, right? So it's kind of what I'm ready and waiting for. I know it's a bit boring, right? I know it's a bit boring, but again, it's just how I like to look for my trades. I like to look for those highest probability trade setups, and if I do not see those, then not really too interested in in all honesty. There's a little bit of an argument, right? And I can, again, this is like another 1 a.m. trade kind of, because we did have a naked point of control down. Where were we? What was it at? Let's have a look. I literally just deleted those naked points of control off as well. Which one was it? Was it 67.3? No, it wouldn't have been, would it? I don't believe it was a monthly. Was it a daily? I think it might have been a daily. It's 67.7. I'll have to look at my, unless we can spot it on the Discord. Yeah, so it's 60,145. That wasn't it though, was it? I'm pretty sure we had a naked point of control here, because what I was just looking at, right, and this is like one of the long trades that I'll be looking for, and I wouldn't have taken this long trade. I spotted it, but I wouldn't have taken it. It was Friday, 11 o'clock on a Friday. I can tell you now, I was not sat at the charts then, but I'm pretty sure we had a naked point of control at this area. Whether it was tapped or untapped, I can't remember. But of course, we found support at this GP786, and of course we had a naked. I know we had a naked point of control there, because I was looking at it last night. Whether it was tapped or not, I can't remember. But yeah, we came down to it. Right, we've got this level of support here, and then we're coming over to the order flow. And let's just make it easy for ourselves. Come on to the 2 hour. And you can very clearly see here, right, at 11 o'clock, we were seeing absorption, right? We were seeing price holding this bullish structure of higher lows, whereas the order flow is telling us that there are more sells coming in on the higher low than there was on the actual low, okay, telling us that, we're seeing more sells come in here, but price is actually looking bullish. So there's, some sort of absorption here. Someone's buying up the Bitcoin here and absorbing all the sells. And yeah, of course, we've seen price rise off of that. Really, really nice rise off of that. And again, this is just, I can go through so many examples of trades that I've taken like this, but this is just an example of what I'm looking for, right? That is a perfect example of exactly what I am looking for at, possibly 62,280 or 67,320. Okay. That one's a little bit skeptical about this level, because of course we'd have to see price come up to 70K and then pull back for that to be an interesting level for me. But it just goes to show you, that's what I'm looking for. Of course, that's on a smaller time frame. That was on a Friday evening. I was away from the laptop. I was not aware of this in the time. Okay, but this just goes to show kind of like what I am looking for. At like 62,280. Okay, I think it looks good. So yeah, of course, if we get that absorption exactly like we did there. We had GP786. We had a naked point of control. Whether it was tapped or not, I can't remember. But there isn't a bit of an argument, right? I know someone in this industry who is not public, and they trade with order flow, full-time job, and they look at naked points of control slightly differently to me, where they actually quite like tapped naked points of control, but only the second time around, right? After it, is tapped too many times, like 3, 4, 5, that's too many times, right? It's not as of an important level, right? But I know somebody who does use naked points of control, as it's been tapped once, right? It's been tapped twice, and I'm still interested in that level. So, of course, it all depends how you do it. For me, I just prefer naked points of control as like once it's tapped, it's tapped. I'm not really interested in it anymore. But yeah, it's all based off of what you like, what you found works for you. But yeah, I can't remember if it was a taps, but I know we had an anchor point of controller. I'm being stupid. But yeah, that's just an example of kind of what I'm looking for, right? Just on a bigger scale. Yeah, that 786 is valid, and we did have a naked point of control at that level, but I wanted to see the harmonic as well. So, yeah, did you put that in the Discord? Who is it? Is this what you were talking about here? Yeah. Yeah, so this is the price action that you were looking at. Of course, yeah, well, I haven't even brought this up, so thank you for bringing that up, Damien. We had value area low there as well. That's just even more confluence, right? Even more confluence for the support. As well as value area low if you pull, from the last 10 days. Yeah, thank you for bringing that up. I completely didn't even realize that. So, yeah, more support, more confluence there. We're consolidating. It's valid. And yeah, bullish CVD as well on the smaller scale that you mentioned. Yeah, I mean, exactly. So, yeah, just wanted to use that as a bit of an example of, right, that's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for that on any sort of pullback that we get here because, that's exactly what we've seen here. Okay, maybe we didn't come down to a GP786 here, but we did this time around, and that played out really nicely. This was a little bit of a different setup where we got a swing failure pattern with absorption, as in CVD absorption. Okay, and of course that played out really nicely. So yeah, again, looking for that absorption is what's holding the market up at the moment. It's kind of the trend. Absorption is kind of holding this or allowing this bullish trend to begin and start and continue, right? So, I think we can, rely on absorption, okay, on this move up. If we continue to see absorption on any pullbacks, I think it's just an amazing opportunity to get in. It is anyway, without even it being the trend. For me, that's just an amazing trade. So yeah, it's kind of patience for that, really. Or like I said, let's go up for the short, for then a pullback for the long. Okay, just because I'm looking for a short trade doesn't mean I'm extremely bearish. It means, okay, I'm looking for a short trade for then a long trade, right? It's the bearish to bullish case scenario. Okay, or we can look for the bearish to bullish case. Okay, well, yeah, it's the same, isn't it? But this is more like a bullish to bearish to bullish case. And then, if we just pull back from here, it's the bearish to bullish case. But all of them are pointing kind of bullish, right? Unless we lose $68,800 approximately. If we lose that, that's when it gets a little bit more bearish, and I kind of lose my bullish bias. Don't really have a bullish bias, but you know what I mean. So it's just patience, like I said, and of course, if I do take those trades, right, and if those trades are there, I will let the team know that I take those trades in that Discord, right. That's where I always put my trades. But yeah, I think I will leave that there. I've been live for almost 50 minutes here. I am extremely tired today. I was away on the weekend and I drove. I had to get up at 5 o'clock this morning, drive back home, and because I wanted to beat the traffic, because I knew the traffic was going to be terrible. And yeah, I'm extremely tired, so probably gonna try and get myself an early night, to be honest with you. So I think I will leave that there. I can already feel my eyes start or wanting to close, but I will leave that there. So yeah, thank you ever so much, everybody, for watching. Quick one, Damien. There was a bearish harmonic that was not valid. Bullish harmonic on the value area low, but everything looks good. Yeah, I agree. I mean, I think, again, it looks good there. I think, it's a little bit late now. Looks good, but from where I'm standing here, it's like I couldn't really judge where price goes. Right, it's a bit of bit of a free for all, in all honesty. But yeah, it does look good to go up, but it does look good to go down as well. So it's a bit of a free for all, like I said. But yeah, good to see familiar faces here. Mo, always good to see you here. Damien, of course, always good to see you here as well, my friend. Jamie Rogers, good to see you here as well. So yeah, always good to see familiar faces. Thank you ever so much for watching. Yeah, I will of course see you in the next live stream. Any visionary members, I'll see you in the Discord and the daily market update. I'll be doing a daily market update tomorrow morning. So yeah, I will see you there. Have a lovely rest of your day. Take care and goodbye.
Take me home.